Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again for another DC review, and in this DC review I'll be covering the Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong and also Superman issue 14. I'll now get things organised for the first one that I'll be covering. So starting off with the Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, moving into the area of the cover. Does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? Sure enough it does, to which I give the cover an 8 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the area of the internal art as we have a look around the beginning, middle and of course the end, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. So as we start to move into the beginning of the story, we have the recovery of Superman after his fight with Godzilla. And of course we have Lois Lane and Clark catching up with each other, and also letting things be, or letting him be caught and updated in regards to some of the things that have occurred in the story. As we start to jump towards the middle of the story, we see members of the Justice League, including those connected to, say, the Bat family, the Titans and other groups in regards to the Justice League, but we also get some of the monsters that make up this particular universe, that's sort of like connected to the Godzilla King Kong universe of the Legendary Universe, as they also go up against sort of like their villainous monsters that are making an appearance in the story. And last but not least, towards the end of the story, to which things finally finish off, and we do get to see a bit of a scene on the last page of Lois and Clark having a bit of a picnic after the events, which I think was a really nice touch to the story. So for the internal art, I give it a 7.5 out of 10, as there were some places I do feel it was a little bit off, but apart from that, I think it worked really well with the story. Next is the area of the story, and what makes up the story rating. First is the area of time, to which we have 10 minutes ago, to eventually moving into the area of now, or the present within the story. The location, we didn't get any of the locations brought up in the story, but then that didn't take away in relation to, say, the area of the characters, to which we got to see quite a number of characters. So the cast of characters consisting of Lois Lane, Batman, Cyborg, Wonder Woman, Superman, members of the Legion of Doom. If it's one thing I must point out, one thing that I did like what Buccellato did with the Legion of Doom is that he basically encompassed all of the DC villains and made them the Legion of Doom in this particular story, and I really like that idea. Of course, we had the Justice League members. We also had King Kong, Godzilla, and also the return of Billy Batson, Shazam, which was really nice. For the overall story rating in this, I give an 8 out of 10. Now it's time to move into Superman issue 14 by Joshua Williamson. So as we move into issue 14 with Joshua Williamson, Superman, first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? Sure enough it does, to which we do get to see Superman go up against Lobo, and I guess in a way some of the Zarnians too, to which I give the cover a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the area of the internal art as we have a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. So as the story begins, of course we get to see what's actually on the cover, happening inside with the story, and we finally have, I was nearly going to say Batman and Superman, but no. It's Lobo and Superman having a bit of a fight against each other. We move into the middle of the story, to which we get to see other members of the Superman family, plus the many Brainiacs that are making an appearance in this issue. And last but not least, we have the appearance of the Brainiac Queen. So for the internal art, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Moving into the area of the story, first things first, do we get anything comic reference wise? About the closest we do is in regards to the Justice League No Justice series. And it's actually nice to see comic references being used in a story, especially if they might contribute to something that you're adding or showing in connection to a story. Next is the area of time, to which we don't have covered. Next is the area of the locations, to which we have the hardcore station in deep space. We had the bottled city of Kolu, to which the bottled cities do actually make somewhat a bit of an appearance in the Justice League No Justice. And we also have the Brainiac Hive ship, with all the Brainiacs that are present right now, along with the Queen Brainiac. Key cast of characters are Clark Kent Superman. We of course had Lobo, Brainiac, Lena Luthor, Lex Luthor, the appearance of Metallo, the Super Twins, and last but not least, the Brainiac Queen. For the overall story, I give it a 7 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.